Hello, my friends. Welcome to my home studio in the beautiful Catskill Mountains in upstate New York. I am John Morrell, which I assume you know since you're here. I know it's been infrequent in my videos, but I want to be like Chanel, right? I don't bombard you with material. I make you want it. I make you want. I don't know. I just, it's hard to do these videos and then edit them, and I should do more. And I do have some individual fragrances I'm going to review very soon, so I will be putting out some more videos. But anyway, what am I here to do? A tag video by my buddy Tyler over at Simply Fragrances. The tag video is five confidence boosting fragrances. Take it away.
John Morrell, fragrance review. Here comes the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin soap. That man's got
swag. A lot of fragrances in this list because there's a lot of fragrances I feel like do boost your confidence. But number one on my list, I've talked about it before, Chris Collins African Rooibos. This fragrance is a stunning tea scent, and I've said this before, it smells like you have your shit together, and so yeah, it gives you lots of confidence. Bright notes, this beautiful smooth tea, dries down to tonka bean and some cedar. It's, by the way, it doesn't take you on that big of a journey. To me, it's fairly linear, which I'm happy about. This tea scent is just so stunning. It's unbelievable. So African Rooibos by Chris Collins. It's a must-have. Pricey, but a must-have. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about, I actually had a tough time debating between a couple fragrances within this brand. And it's going away. The brand is closing, and the fragrance is Black Tie. Black Tie, which I just actually purchased a full bottle from Fragrance One, the Jeremy Fragrances. So this is my travel bottle. I just bought a 100 ml bottle of Black Tie. It's an all year round. It's daytime. It can go into the night. It's a bright fragrance, but it's very dense. So that's why it could work all year. But it's brighter in the beginning, and it does dry down to a very woodsy scent. So it has that citrus up top, but even that citrus is a dense. There's a dimension to it that's very interesting. Not quite syrupy, right? So not dense like that, not that syrupy sort of smell, but you can tell it holds up. When you smell it, you go, oh, this is nice. This, you can tell that, and it's one of those fragrances that when you put it on, it's going to last. Like, you're like, oh, okay, this is, and it is. It's a beast as far as longevity. We're talking about 9-hour fragrance, and it's great. I debated between this and Unisex by Fragrance One, because Unisex is more of an evening fragrance, and it is beautiful. And it gets compliments every time you wear it. Unisex is sort of like Date for Men but it's a little less sweet. And so I like both of them. But so I almost put Unisex here, but I have a couple evening fragrances that I put over that one. So I said, you know what? Black Tie is just any occasion and just is pretty darn amazing. So Black Tie by Fragrance One. Fragrances. This is the one that it's my go-to. When I go out, especially to something like I went to a music industry event a couple months ago, and it wasn't even a question. I knew what fragrance I was going to wear, and that is Signature Noir by Zaharoff. So Zaharoff Signature Noir, which it is, I love this. Sweet, classy, long-lasting. And that is something that when you smell it, you know it smells upscale. I mean, that is just the first thing that comes to mind is upscale. And so, of course, it boosts your confidence. I think you can wear that anytime with anything, of course, but I tend to wear it when I'm going out and I'm wearing a nice suit. Love it. Zaharoff Signature Noir. Next one I'm going with the cheapie, and is actually something I also wear in the evening, but differently. This, to me, is very confidence boosting because it's mature, it's boozy, it has a great wood to it, so it's boozy, woody. Man, and this one grew on me. When I first picked it up, there was a lot of hype around it because it's so cheap as well. And, I was like, okay, I like it, but I have to tell you, the more I wore this, the more I was like, oh man, this is good, because wearing this is an experience. And I've got many compliments from my wife My wife loves this type of scent. And so this is the type of scent that you wear out, to me, to a bar, right? So I'm not going to an industry event where I'm dressing up. I would say I look good, but I'm going out to a bar, maybe hanging out with the boys, or maybe just with my wife. I don't know, but this fragrance is just so nice. It's cozy, it's beautiful, it's delicious, and it's Bentley For Men Intense. I just love this. It really grew on me. And when people said it was niche quality, I actually buy into that. I buy into it because it does last a long time. I put that on. That on me is 9-10 hours. I've wore it out, came home, went to sleep, woke up, and still had it on my hand. It was skin scent, but it was still there. And so Bentley For Men Intense, it really is a confidence booster because you smell boozy. Again, certain situations, obviously, but it's obviously an evening fragrance, nighttime fragrance, cold weather. You're not going to wear that in the summertime. You'll choke yourself out, I think. But Bentley For Men Intense. All right, last but not least, I had a tough time picking between two fragrances because here's the thing. Last fragrance is my all-time compliment getter, and it was between two because I have two fragrances that get a ton of compliments. I mean, a ton. And the one I didn't choose is Black Orchid. Black Orchid, because it's more of an evening fragrance to me. And I have, I named 2 evening fragrances, an all-around fragrance that can be worn daytime, evening, and then a daytime fragrance. So let's do another daytime fragrance. And this one was really tied for me as far as how many compliments I get. I mean, when I wear this fragrance, every time I go out, every time someone asks what I'm wearing and compliments me and says how good I smell. And we're talking about Elysium by Raja Parfums. Elysium by Raja Parfums. It is a compliment monster. Again, it's bright, it's animalic at the same time. It lasts a long time. I would say, listen, is it a longevity beast? Again, no, it's not. And it is expensive. I do have like a rule where I say, if you spend over $200 on a fragrance, it should have longevity. But when you have something that's a summer fragrance, and this is predominantly a warm weather fragrance. I do tend to wear this all year because I love it so much. But it's predominantly a warm weather fragrance. And, I get 5-6 hours out of this. Maybe sometimes a little longer. Again, because it dries down. I think when people say things like, it only lasts a minute, again, I think they're talking about the opening. People want that opening to last forever, and I get that. The opening doesn't last forever, but it lasts a fairly long time, and the brightness stays with the fragrance for the life of the fragrance, but it does change. This does take you out on a bit of a journey. It gets more animalic as it goes, to me, and so I would say 6 hours, maybe 6.5 hours in this fragrance, but again, compliment beast. Elysium by Raja Parfums. And that would be my 5 confidence boosting fragrances. Thank you, Tyler, for the tag. And, I'd like to tag someone, but I just never know who to tag because so many people don't do the tags, even when they say, I'll do it, and then they never do it, which is cool. I don't care either way, but why tag anyone? But how about this? Again, I did this before, and I only had like one person do it, but here's the thing. Follow me on Instagram, the John Morrell, okay? And why don't you do this? Why don't you give me your top 5 or even your 1 confidence-boosting fragrances. Tag me on Instagram. Do a little video. Or if not, just take a picture of it and say, this is my most confidence-boosting fragrance I own, okay? So tag me on Instagram, the John Morrell, and why don't you let me know? Or just, you know what? If you don't want to do that, I get it, because some people aren't into that. Go ahead and why don't you guys write it down in the comments. Tell me what your favorite fragrance is to boost your confidence. All right, I want to thank you guys very much. Thank you, Tyler, from Simply Fragrances. And you know what's up. We out.
John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes with the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin soap. That man's got swag.